You know how we do when we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just sitting there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Too late to turn back now. I got work to do on a mission, by my business, I'm pushing through.
Hello sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of Between Class and Sports. I'm your host Nicholas Austin Holiday, and again I'm running solo, but you know it's like that sometimes. But I have a lot of good football information for you. I'm going to jump into the top 25. We had some great games this past weekend, so no need to wait, let's go ahead and get started. First I'm going to start off with Stanford and Oregon State. Stanford handled business with a win 42-24. Stanford has really impressed me. You know, coming off of that first game against Northwestern when they took a loss, I was like, uh-oh, Stanford's reverting back to their old ways where they're just a middle-of-the-pack type of team. But, you know what, they surprised me. They won some big games so far. So I'm really impressed with Stanford, and I just want to see how they're going to do as they go along. Can they keep this momentum going? I mean, right now they're ranked number 18, but they're definitely going to move up, you know, with the new rankings. I'm going off of Week 5 rankings, just so you know. So don't say, well, we thought a team was ranked higher or a team was ranked lower. I'm going off of last week's rankings. So you know what that means? That means that the Florida Gators aren't going to be in the top 25 with what I'm talking about right now. Next we have Southern University in Georgia. A massacre 48-6. But we do want to say get well soon to the kid from Southern University who broke his back. Mark Richt was a stand-up class act. Flew the family in. They went by to see the kid, make sure he was okay. So we just want to, you know, send our prayers out to him. But Georgia handles their business on the field. Next we have BYU and Michigan. Michigan wins the game 31-0. Nobody saw that coming, especially against a ranked BYU team. But you know what? Harbaugh seems to have these kids going in the right direction. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do as he goes forward. I mean, we knew the team was going to be good. He was going to get the defense better. They were going to get to the ground game. But, you know, to do this to BYU, I didn't see that coming because BYU typically has a strong team and they're very well coached. So I'm interested to see what Michigan is going to do in the future. But that's a really good job by a Michigan team that a lot of people were counting out for the season. Next we have Baylor and Rice. Baylor 70, Rice 17. It's not much to say about that. Baylor, top 10 team, top 5 team, handles business, blows out Rice. Nothing more to be said about that. Next we have Florida and Tennessee. Florida wins 28-27. That's 10 or 11 years in a row that Florida's beat Tennessee. Just imagine getting beat by the same person 10 or 11 years in a row. That's embarrassing. Tennessee had a chance. Tennessee was up in the fourth quarter and they still let the low-power Florida offense beat them. That's embarrassing. Butch Jones, I don't know what you're doing. I don't care. I would like to see you beat Florida. But, you know, Florida handled business. That's a big win for the Jim McElwain era, you know, keeping that streak going. And they beat Tennessee. They beat Kentucky previously, and they beat Kentucky 20-something years in a row. So I'm not sure what's going on in the SEC with these teams losing 10 times in a row, 20 times in a row, but that's embarrassing. Get it together. Anyways. So next, we're going to go to Ohio State and Western Michigan. Ohio State wins 38-12. Ohio State continues to underachieve on the field. You know, people want to say, oh, well, they're just number one. Yeah, but they're underachieving. Week after week after week, they're underachieving against these lower-ranked teams that they should be blowing out. Ohio State has one of the easiest schedules in college football this year, and these teams are taking them down to the wire. So I'm not really sure what Ohio State's doing, but I can't doubt Urban Meyer. He's one of the best coaches out there. I think he'll get them together, and I think they'll be playing, lights out. But you know what? They play Michigan State coming up. That's a tough challenge. They have a chance to lose that game if they don't get things together. Next we have Alabama. Alabama beats Louisiana Monroe 34-0. You know what? A blowout, no matter who you play, is a big win. So good job, Alabama. You know, rebounding after a tough loss to Ole Miss. So, you know, Alabama's going to be Alabama. Nick Saban's going to be Nick Saban. So we'll definitely see what they do in the future. But right now, sports fans, we're going to take a quick break. and I'll be right back with you. Thank you.
Hello, sports fans. This is your host, Toby Scott. Normally, I'm behind the scenes, but today I got to let you guys know we will be at Valdosta State this weekend. We're going to be checking out the football team at 2 p.m. as they take on West Georgia. And then we're going to watch the women's volleyball team at 7 p.m., 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. that night. Both teams are undefeated. I think the ladies are 9-0 and the guys are 3-0. So we get a chance to branch out a little bit and watch you guys have a good time in some football and some volleyball. So we'll see you guys soon. All right, signing out.
Welcome back, sports fans. Once again, I'm your host, Nicholas Austin Holiday, talking about the top 25. So let me go ahead and knock out the rest of the teams. You know, I talked about Alabama right before the break. Next, we have California and Washington. Pac-12 matchup. California comes out with a 30-24 win. California's quarterback is looking really good this year. I don't know what they're going to do on the national scene. I don't think they're going to do a lot. But I'm interested to see how things are going to play out. So good work, California. Keep it up. Next, we have Ole Miss and Vanderbilt. Ole Miss wins 27-16. Vanderbilt is not a good team. Vanderbilt sucks. The game should not have been that close. I don't know if Ole Miss just had, just kind of a down game after the huge win against Alabama. But Ole Miss is definitely going to have to get back up. I mean, Ole Miss's defense, we already know about them, whatever they call it, the land shark defense, the land well defense, I don't know. But you know what? With Kendechi in the middle, those boys are nasty on the defensive side. And Chad Kelly, a quarterback, has been a big surprise for them. So I look for, Ole Miss to make some national noise this year. We'll see if they have any letdowns, but right now they're looking really, really good in the SEC. Next we have UCLA. We have UCLA and Arizona. UCLA wins 56-30. Great win by UCLA. Josh Rosen, a quarterback for UCLA, seems to be a prodigy. He's throwing the ball all over the place. The kid is poised for a true freshman, and he's going to be a really, really good player in the future. Right now he's looking like he's going to come out and be a #1 overall draft pick. I thought that Arizona was going to put up more of a fight, but they didn't. They got UCLA. Oh, well. Okay, next we have Hawaii and Wisconsin. Wisconsin wins again 28-0. Not a lot to say about that. Goose egg. Good job, Wisconsin. It's always hard to beat a team and not let them put a single point on the board. So good job to Wisconsin when it comes to that. Next we have LSU and Syracuse. As we all know, Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is the man. Leonard Fournette ran all over Syracuse. Over 200 yards, multiple touchdowns. The kid looks great. One of the top running backs that we've seen in recent memory. The kid, 6'2", 235 pounds, running that fast and running people over. He's really impressive. I want to see what LSU is going to do down the line because their quarterback is spotty. But you know what? When you have Leonard Fournette running the ball, you're going to win some ball games. Next, I have Michigan State and Central Michigan. Michigan State wins 30-10. You know what? I mean, Michigan State doesn't have a beastly offense. It's a good win. Their defense looks like they handle their business. Everybody's counting for that. Everybody's counting down for that matchup between Ohio State and Michigan State because that's going to decide the Big Ten. So we're going to see how that goes. But right now, I'm going to pick Michigan State to win that game. But we'll see. Don't jump on my head. We'll see how things play out down the line. Next, I have West Virginia and Maryland. West Virginia went 45-6. This is shellacking on Maryland. Maryland went from one of the whipping boys in the ACC to one of the whipping boys in the Big Ten. Where you going to go next, Maryland? You got to take it like a man. Not sure what's going on with the Turtles, but they're hurting right now. But, that's a good win by West Virginia. I was surprised by that score, but still a great win by West Virginia. Next, we have Oklahoma State and Texas. I feel so bad for Charlie Strong. Texas had a chance to win that game, or they had a chance to take it into overtime. The punter drops the snap, then tries to kick it, shanks it, which gives Oklahoma State the ball right there with barely any time left on the clock, and they're able to kick a field goal to win the game. That's not Charlie Strong's fault. Charlie had those guys playing, and everybody thought it was going to be a blowout. So, you know what I definitely have to give Texas props for hanging in there. But in the end, you know what? Things happen. You have to capitalize off mistakes, which Oklahoma State did. So good job to them. Next we have Notre Dame and Massachusetts. Notre Dame wins 62-27. Not a lot to say about that. Massachusetts was hanging in there for a little while, but you know what? Notre Dame handled business. Big blowout win. Congratulations to them. USC comes away with an impressive win over Arizona State. A lot of people were building that up to be a big matchup, but USC blows them out 42-14. Not even close. I'm not sure what Arizona State was doing out there, but you know USC, especially after coming off a loss to Stanford, they look really good. Cody Kessler is a really good quarterback, and I want to see what USC is going to do as they go forward. You know, maybe not this year, but next year they should do really big things in the Pac-12. Don't forget, USC, they were the kings of the Pac-12 for a really long time, and then once the sanctions hit, they fell off. The whole Reggie Bush thing. Lane Kiffin came in and messed the program up like Lane Kiffin does with many programs. So I'm definitely interested to see what they're going to do as they go forward, but they look really, really strong. And I can't leave out Northwestern. Northwestern beats Ball State 24-19. Northwestern's ranked number 16. Amazing. Amazing that they're ranked that high. I didn't see that coming, but you know, they look really strong this year. They beat some strong teams. They beat Stanford and they beat Duke. And Duke is looking like a strong team. You know, they're well coached and everything. So I have to give Northwestern props for winning. It was a close game, but you know what? This is Northwestern. So for them to even be ranked 16th and still winning is really, really impressive. TCU, Texas Tech, in a straight shootout. Final score 55-52. TCU should have lost that game. TCU is not going to go undefeated this year, and they're not going to be in the playoff because they don't know how to play defense. Oh well. Next we have Texas A&M and Arkansas. Texas A&M wins 28-21. Arkansas is not really a good team. Texas A&M struggled some. You know, things are up and down in the SEC right now with all these teams. And I don't think it's that Arkansas is that good. I just think that Texas A&M is not as good as everybody has made them out to be. But you know what? I'm not going to jump to conclusions. We'll see how things play out. But it shouldn't have been that close. And especially Arkansas after losing to Toledo. Then they give Texas A&M a run for their money. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the hype right now. We'll see how things play out, but I'm not buying the hype. Mississippi State beats Auburn 17-9. Auburn's horrible this year. I said that last week. Mississippi State, they're okay this year, depending on what you like. Dak Prescott looks a little bit better, but the team is just not as strong as last year. They're definitely going to take some losses too. But Auburn's the whipping boy. Auburn, I don't know if they're going to go 500. I don't know if they're going to win 8 games. I don't know what they're going to do, but you know, they're just looking rough right now. So, as you know, I'm a fan of Florida State. They had a bye week. Miami also had a bye week, so we're looking to see what they're going to be doing next week also. But thank you, sports fans, and I hope you tune in next week. We have some big things coming for you. I'm signing out.
You know how we do when we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just in there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Too late to turn back now. I got work to do. On a mission, by my business, I'm pushing through, no slacking. Make it happen, we grinding hard, we grinding hard. You know how we do when we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just in there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 yeah. Too late to turn back now. I got work to do. On a mission, by my business, I'm pushing through, no slacking. Make it happen, we grinding hard, we grinding hard. You know how we do when we have funky music in our ear. We get to writing, ain't no fighting, we just in there trying to win. Ooh yeah, la-di-da, we grinding hard. Ooh yeah, we not gonna stop. Yeah, 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 late to turn back now. I got work to do on a mission, but my business I'm pushing through. I'm pushing.